Before this voice takes you any further, there is something you should know. I am not here to make you believe anything, not here to make you follow anyone, and not here to make you feel better. The only thing I do is point. Point to something that has always been with you, but has never been pointed out. What you will hear on this channel is not motivation, not philosophy, and not comfort. It is what remains after every belief falls silent. I spent years examining this through direct experience before daring to speak even a single word. So if you're only looking for something pleasant to listen to, this may not be your place. But if somewhere deep inside you are searching for truth, no matter how much it may shake your world, stay and listen, not to me, but to what is already listening within you. Truth has never required belief. But in a world where teachings are designed to feel comforting, sometimes the gentlest words lead us away from truth without us noticing. And what we are quick to abandon may not be outdated at all, but something we have not yet truly seen. Do not abandon the ancient essence simply because the new appears beautiful. As eras change, the search for spiritual freedom also changes its form. Ancient traditions, original teachings, and religions are often seen as unable to answer the questions of modern people, not because they lack truth, but because the language used to convey them may no longer align with the context of the time. New approaches therefore gradually arise in great numbers. Many modern belief systems are tailored to fit the age. They use gentle language, aim to soothe the mind, and paint beautiful visions of hope. In one sense, these things help support those who are weary, preventing them from drowning in guilt or self-blame. There is nothing wrong with that. Yet, if one looks a little more closely, it becomes clear that many writings subtly lead readers away from the reality of cause and effect, often without their awareness. This is something that deserves to be seen clearly. One of the most common patterns is explaining life's problems through the frameworks of belief, energy, or the universe. Take finances, for example. Financial hardship is often framed as a result of improper frequency, insufficient openness, a lack of self-permission, or lingering old beliefs. These explanations sound gentle and do not make anyone feel at fault, yet something quietly disappears, the actual causes and conditions that operate in this world. In the world of actuality, money does not flow merely because one feels worthy or unworthy. It does not move simply through feeling alone. It does not shift according to levels of awakening, nor does it function as a spiritual reward. It moves through exchange, through skill in work, through responsibility in roles, and through the structures of living. Certainly, attitude and mental states influence decisions and behavior, and these in turn affect life. But results still arise through real-world causes and conditions. When everything is explained solely through the word energy, people begin to overlook the causes that actually need to be addressed. Comfort may have value, but it is not the same as removing the cause. There is a crucial difference between feeling better and being freed from the cause of suffering. Many writings perform the first task well and stop there. Readers feel lighter, feel blameless, feel that if they simply open up gradually, everything will improve on its own. But as time passes, life remains in the same place. Income does not change, life structure does not change, reality does not change. Eventually, a new kind of guilt quietly arises, not worldly guilt, but the feeling that I am still not open enough. This is a gentle trap, yet more dangerous than it appears, because it does not let people realize they are stuck. Many teachings of this type choose to sever themselves entirely from old religions and traditions, seeing them as constraints, as prisons, as obstacles to awakening.
It is true that clinging to forms, rituals, or beliefs without reflection cannot lead to truth, but rejecting everything is no different from closing oneself off from the wisdom humanity has accumulated for thousands of years. Not every article and not every path is like this, yet many deserve careful discernment. Within ancient teachings, religions, and classical philosophies, there are both shells and essence. The shells may not suit the era, but the essence often points directly to truth, cause, and effect.
Impermanence, non-self, and the cessation of suffering, with depth and precision. Non-attachment does not mean refusing to listen. Transcending does not mean erasing the past. Those who shut the door on everything that came before may not be moving forward at all, but merely circling within a newer-looking frame. One common misunderstanding is the belief that once spirituality is elevated, the laws of cause and effect no longer matter. In truth, awakening does not cause the world to stop functioning according to conditions, nor does it grant someone a mechanically special life. Awakening is not a pass that exempts one from reality, nor is it a justification for refusing to develop oneself within this world. This is not said to accuse or reject anyone, but to invite honest observation. If any teaching or writing does not help you see truth or the reality of life more clearly, it may not be leading you out of the matrix. It may be a new form of matrix. This is something to examine carefully. What is genuinely true does not fear scrutiny, does not fear questioning, does not fear differing perspectives, and does not require anyone's belief, because what is real does not depend on belief. The more truth is examined and tested against reality, the clearer it becomes. The true spiritual path is not one that lifts life away from the world, but one that allows the world to be seen clearly without being swallowed by it.
If you are taking in many spiritual teachings from many sources, that is not wrong, nor does it mean you are lost. But sometimes what is overly gentle can cause us to stop before reaching truth. Do not rush to reject the old, and do not rush to believe the new simply because it sounds comforting. Listen fully, examine deeply, see whether it brings you closer to life's reality or leads you away from it. If something makes you feel at ease, yet draws you away from the law of truth, it resembles honey laced with poison. Truth does not require protection. It requires only honesty in seeing. And when you see clearly, you will not miss it. Some things do not need more explanation, only a clearer seeing. What is true is not distant and has never been hidden. It is only covered by what sounds good and feels comforting. So before you believe anything that comes next, take a careful look, whether it brings you closer to the reality of life or quietly leads you away from it.
Truth has never belonged to anything, not to religion and not to any era. Yet, within what has been discovered and passed down under these names, something real remains. And to see it clearly may matter more than rejecting everything and missing what should not be missed. And perhaps this is simply a voice at the crossroads. What matters most is not what is said, but what is seen. Until we meet again, if meeting is still needed.